I wasn't modulating my audio. It's every time I play the theme song, it's all crazy on the YouTube. I'm breaking the radio rules. Joey franchise.
Yeah.
Welcome,
We all break
ladies
the
and
rules sometime.
yeah. Some once in a while. So I got my hand on the mixer today. Okay, we're modulating today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another edition of Geek Culture Congress, where we talk everything nerd and geek and sci-fi, fantasy, comic book, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and everything else in between. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friends. First off, Mr. Actor and comedian extraordinaire with a long repertoire. The list is growing, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out on my good friend. He is up and coming, Mr. Tarek Lewis. How you doing, sir?
I'm happy to be back. I'm happy you guys still recognize me and still acknowledge me as a part of this podcast.
If you are not here, sir, there's no comedy going on because I am not very funny. I try.
Yeah,
but it's very
my
bad.
jokes are hit or miss.
It's just scoops. It's just like, all we're getting is scoops.
You may got to tell jokes too when he's out. This is crazy.
So I will, try and keep it funny anyway. But welcome once again to the show, sir. I'm so glad you're able to join us once again.
Very glad to be here.
Mr. Joey Franchise, DJ, influencer, worldwide. Check out his specific podcast franchise on
certified dripper.
Yes, sir.
Certified drip, certified stepper.
Also, sneaker expert. When I have sneaker questions, I come to Joey. Yes.
Sneaker advocate, connoisseur. Yes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Geek Culture Congress, where we talk everything under the sun, geek and nerd, and we want to. Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of geek and nerd, I went and got it.
That's hilarious.
Oh wow, that's funny.
It's probably the most nerdy thing I've done in a while. Oh wait, no, that was the first. This is the second. I had to cop the last Ronin.
Okay, that's good.
Hardcover too. At Target, it was 30% off. I think I paid like
nice.
$12
I got all
for
the
it.
issues. Yeah, I got the separate issues. I still haven't finished it yet, but it's a really good story. Really good story.
That's the Ninja Turtle story, correct?
Yeah,
that's the one Ninja Turtles left, and the other ones have passed away.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're talking about making the video game. I don't know if they're actually making the video game.
They are going to make the video game.
I think I think they showed some gameplay of it too. Some graphics, a little teaser of it.
I'm all for that.
Yeah,
that's dope. Get a little Arkham Asylum feel going on.
Welcome to everyone who's watching this on Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. If you're gonna give us a subscribe and be part of the live show over there, by all means, look it up. Speedy's Multiverse. We go live with the Geek Culture Congress podcast every Monday, 8:30 p.m. God willing, because we're all busy people and got things going on sometimes. Yes,
very true.
Ideally, in a perfect world, we got something going on live 8:30 on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. If you're watching this on any of the other social media networks, by all means, stay with us, hang out, chime in on all the stuff that we're talking about. I did a review of The Creator, guys.
Oh, word!
I got to watch it. Yeah. And
how'd you like it?
I gave it 5 stars, man.
5 stars.
Yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I really liked the movie. I really enjoyed it. I recommend everyone go see it, especially if you're a sci-fi fan. You're looking for some new IP, something new to dig your teeth into. The director, this gentleman who did this was the director of Rogue One, so the Star Wars movie, and
that's right.
Just a really good job in this movie. I mean, it's got a great human story to it. But I bring it up because not a lot of people agree with me.
Wow.
But no, it's like I have it's like sitting on like a 60 something on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Yeah.
Solid.
Are we still trusting Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know even more. I don't even know anymore. I think the audience score is like 70 something. So okay. Yeah. I really like. I mean, it was such a really well done movie. And then I was like, all right, let me watch what other people think about it. Like John Campea liked it, but has some problems with little things, but really liked it a lot. His buddy liked it a lot. but has some problems with it too. But they more look at it like the editing and the writing of things and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And I watched Josh from Den of Nerds, and he was like, "Oh, bro, this movie's trash. I walked out on it." And I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
Like, and he was saying in his YouTube channel like why he walked out on it, and I was like, "Really? That's what made you walk out on it? And you didn't walk out on a freaking Rise of Skywalker?"
The popcorn didn't have enough butter on it. He left it.
The
You know what I mean?
I mean, sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, but so it brings me to the so like heavy spoiler guy, the guy in England, he freaking loved the movie. Yeah, I watched his breakdown video and all that stuff. But it brings me to the subject of like it really is subjective. All this stuff that we like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just because I liked Ahsoka doesn't mean another Star Wars person or fan or anybody else is gonna like that or want to watch that. You know, I mean, it's just. I was like, man, I really thought this movie was a solid 5-star, and it was really going to be really hard for somebody to say they didn't like that movie. And I find that I've been finding a lot of reviews of people not liking it for whatever reason, and also some people who agree with me. Man, I just had such a rave review for it, and I was like, dang, am I the only one? So I was hoping you guys watched it.
I have not seen it. I'm definitely interested. I'm way behind on films like the traveling and stuff. I'm way behind. But
now we're starting to get into that season where like a little bit more, films are coming out. What's the name? We got the Exorcist movie that's coming out this week. I'm actually excited to see that. Me and Tarek will actually be in the theater going to see it.
Yeah,
we both are gonna go check it out.
Not together though. So we just happen to be there.
Separate together, sure.
Yeah. Make sure. Pause. The Exorcist was one of those movies that freaked me out when I was younger.
That's why I gave it the scream to you, Tarek. And I was like, nope, not me.
Yeah.
It's like nope. I like that movie, like the Nope movie. Nope.
That's one that got me when I was a kid. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's so Joe. I know Joey's gonna come back. Oh, there he is. I want to get into some Marvel stuff and Gen V, of course, and then we'll move on, Tara, because Joey's gotta head out.
All right.
We get besides also we getting the Ahsoka finale tomorrow. We're also getting the season 2 premiere of Loki. Also, so Disney Plus is going to be popping tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So what's our hype level? Loki season 2. I'm looking forward to it. What about you guys, Tarek or Joey? Whoever wants to go first.
I'm looking forward to it. Remembering where it left off, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm not. Again, I asked that question. I'm not crazy about the Marvel series. I'm not as crazy, at least, about the Marvel series as I am about the Star Wars ones. But Loki's definitely one of those that's at the top of that list. So up there with WandaVision. So I'm relatively hype about it. I'm just kind of curious to see where they go.
Yeah, me too. I'm more curious about where they take the story from season 1. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not curious about the outcome, because I hate to say it, I don't feel like it's going to mean anything. Or Marvel, they will make it mean something, but something will be a stretch. So I'm not like, okay, let me just want to see how they develop this, how they're going to work Loki into this whole world they have going on. Oh, I'm hyped about that, but definitely much more hyped about Ahsoka.
Okay, all right, fair enough. We've had a lot of Ahsoka, and it's a finale. But Joey, I know you are super hype on the Marvel train for Loki, without a doubt. But
I'm always on the train for for some Marvel. I've been, we've been dealt some lackluster content from Marvel, and I've expressed that many times here. But I think this is the one, man. I feel like a Cowboys fan. This is our year. Every time a new Marvel show or movie comes out, I'm on like, oh, this is it. This is gonna change the game. This is gonna be, where they kind of lead into Secret Wars and kind of, extend the story. and kind of make it, to bring us the bigger picture. Finally, the big payoff. But I think actually that this new season of Loki is going to be it, man. I really think that this is what's going to lead us into Kang Dynasty, especially with what happened after, they gave the end credit scene for Ant-Man and Quantumania. You get that scene of Victor Timely, obviously hinting he'll be a big part of Loki season 2. So I'm really excited for this. I think this kind of is the one piece of Marvel content that MCU fans are excited about. Not only because the season 1 was very good and had a great story and a great ending. It's probably the best season finale out of all the Marvel Disney Plus shows. So it's gonna be really fun, and I'm excited to see I'm excited to see the payoff, which is either Deadpool 3 or Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I will agree, concur with you on something too. That was definitely the best season finale of all the Marvel shows. I think that's
definitely.
Yeah,
it's definitely got a high bar, and it left a big cliffhanger, for lack of better words, at the end of season 1. So I'm excited to see where it goes. It's a good story. I'm here for it, man. Luke season 2, bring it on. And of course that brings us to the next piece of Marvel content we got today. We got a couple leaks. First one was actually in the trades. We call them the trades now, the .coms that be reporting on this stuff, Joey. I guess Marvel's looking for some X-Men writers. Yeah, they need some scribes for their X-Men projects, or an X-Men project, or multiple X-Men projects. It's just speculation, but they definitely put out a call, because we know we have the end of the writer strike. And as soon as Tarek comes back at that, we'll touch a little bit on that too as well. But yeah, man, I just think
I'm here. I just had to make a move.
Okay. Yes. I just think it's funny that so as soon as the writer strike is over, we get a breaking news. They're looking for some scribes for some X-Men content for the MCU. Does that mean that they're really far ahead in writing scripts of all the Secret War stuff and everything else too? That they're already we're ready to write we're ready for people to work on X-Men.
I don't know what this means. It's a weird thing to do, to say we're looking for these scripts, because how can you submit the script not knowing where you guys are going?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I guess they're just looking to hire people and brainstorm some ideas, start brainstorming ideas. Sure, I guess.
Well, from what I know is I think Kevin Feige and Marvel, they actually plan these movies 5 years in advance. So, right. For example, shout out to the Cosmic Wonder. I was watching a video he did recently, and he was breaking down how Kevin Feige and Marvel go about doing these 5-year. They planned everything out way in advance. Hence why we got an Eternals movie. The reason we got an Eternals movie, for example, is because that the ink wasn't dry, or the MCU didn't, or Disney didn't acquire the X-Men property. So that's why Eternals came, because by the time that Marvel did get the X-Men property back, and now it can go on Disney, by then they had already planned out Eternals. But Eternals was done way before that conversation even happened of them acquiring X-Men.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. That makes sense. So I just thought it was interesting that it hit the trades right after the writer strike was apparently done.
They were definitely having conversations. There was definitely. I know everybody was I understand how strong the strike was, and how big it was, amongst the media and all the attention it was getting, and people being very vocal about it. But let's be real, bro. They knew at some point a deal was going to get done, and that didn't mean that behind closed doors there weren't people having conversations. And
there was some text messages going around.
Yeah, exactly. Getting on the train early.
Yeah. the actors are still striking, right, Eric? Right, Tarek?
Yeah. The actors are still on strike. So,
Okay.
the WGA is standing with the actors. Way to go, WGA. And actually, the meeting was, I believe it was today. The meeting is today to negotiate, or at least sit at the table. So the fact that they did the writers one is a good sign. Not to say who's more valuable, the writers or the actors, but the fact that they did the writers deal, I think that was more contentious because we know that names, like we sit on this show, and talk about who's cast as what. So we know that the actors are very, very important. We know that the writers kind of get left behind sometimes, unless you're Christopher Nolan and and those Guy Ritchie or something. But I think it's inevitable for that deal to come. What that'll look like, I don't know, but I think it's inevitable for that deal to come. But I think it's interesting that they're asking for the scripts. They're asking for it, send some scripts.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Apparently, that press release that the WGA put out, they strike stuff. That press release seemed like really super excited. They got seemed like they got everything that they asked for and more. At least the wording was super positive.
By the way, I got a lot of feedback from you back now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah. What about now? You good now?
Yeah, Speedy, say something. Are you hearing it too, Joey, or is it just?
I heard it too.
Hey.
All right.
It's good now.
All right. Yeah, I'm with Tarek. I'm glad that they got it. I think it did make sense for them to get the writers deal done first. I know there's a lot of little intangibles that come in with the actors. You got streaming revenue and things like that now, and Tarek's on a Netflix show, so it's like we got to make sure Tarek gets paid. So,
right.
So yeah, it's a lot of intangibles, but they're gonna get a deal done soon. So that it was a good sign. It was a step in the right direction.
Tarek is on multiple platforms. Okay, he's not only on a Netflix show; he's also on Amazon Prime.
I know, but that's like the intangibles I'm talking about. All the streaming services.
I just wanted to finish the plug. Sorry, Tarek.
Yeah, he's on an Amazon movie.
The Netflix residuals be janky sometimes. You're like, hey, what's going on? What's happening here? I know people are watching this.
It's okay. You're still striking. So we ain't gonna talk about anything else.
And I think you can't release these even if the writers come back. The actors, in solidarity with each other, with the union, don't promote the films.
Right.
So I think Blue Beetle probably suffered from that a little bit.
I believe 110%. Everything that came out during the strike suffered from that.
Yeah,
and so continuing to, and it's continuing to. Like the creator, I think is suffering. I think everything that's coming out. I think this movie you guys are gonna watch, the horror movie.
The Exorcist. Yeah,
that's gonna suffer. Everything.
You're scared to even say it.
Yeah, I am. I admit it, Tarek. I admit it. That brings so I'm super excited the writers are back. Hopefully the actors get what they want to, and seems like the writers are really happy with the deal that they have now. At least we haven't heard any different from any writers, I guess, at least not yet. Maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, when the new stuff starts coming under this new deal out and people start getting finally paid, I guess then we'll finally find out how they feel about it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw an article and I didn't get a chance to read it yet about how the creator was made without spending $200 million or something like they were saying that.
And let me tell you, the effects in the creator are awesome. Like they blow some of the things we saw in the Flash away.
Wow.
And he only did it with like 80 mil, I think was his budget. It was the official budget on Google when I looked it up. And I saw that, I was like, wow, because let me tell you something. It's some real, a lot of it's practical. But for whatever was super awesome. Like I was engaged for the whole movie, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Maybe I'll sneak in after The Exorcist.
Check it out. Yeah. And let me know if I'm crazy or not. Okay.
Is that part of your acting out on the strike?
Yeah, man. Now I'm taking it to AMC.
Taking it back. Taking it back.
So let's move on because Joey's got to go. Move on with all the Marvel content we got going on today. They just hit or do rumor. I know what Tarek feels about the rumors, but the late and great Mikey Sutton did tell me that that the Spider-Man will be one of the main characters of Secret Wars. And he's going to have a very, very significant arc in it, as far as the Spider-Verse too. But that rumor has expanded today in the trades. We've heard that Deadpool, Wolverine. I don't know if all three of them are going to have their own team, separate teams, or is it going to be two teams, or is it going to be a Spidey team and a Deadpool Wolverine team of Avengers? But apparently that's the rumor for the upcoming Secret Wars that we're getting, Joey. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Better. We got the Deadpool, Wolverine, or Spider-Man. And this is the which Spider-Man we said they said was
it's gonna be Toby.
Okay. All right. Toby Spider-Man. Interesting. Right.
So Secret Wars is supposed to be the swan song for all the properties that Disney didn't acquire in the beginning of the MCU. So it's like one big ass swan song, just
or the Fox X-Men,
tipping their cap. Yeah, Fox X-Men, Sony Spider-Man verse.
Mm-hmm.
So Mikey Sutton, RIP. He, I think he hit on the nose because I got another report. Actually, multiple reports are now coming out about it, including My Time to Shine, as well as many others have came up with the same story. Actually, that's where My Time to Shine actually dropped the whole the trio of Spidey, Deadpool, and Wolverine, which it makes sense. You got Deadpool 3. Toby's been wanting to come back, and I think they want to give Toby a nice send off. As they move on, I think they they're looking to a soft reboot the MCU to my knowledge.
Yeah.
So
that was hitting.
It's exciting.
It's foggy rebooting. That was the other rumor I've seen a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that. And this is running wild. This rumor right now.
Yeah, I think what happens is Kang Dynasty. Obviously, they're gonna lose. Or like our MCU guys are gonna lose. Right. And I think the TVA, and that's why I think Loki season 2 plays a major role this season in this whole thing, because not only are the TVA going to be on Deadpool 3, but the TVA is going to be also responsible for pulling all these multiversal, characters, Fox universe, Sony universe, and just kind of bringing them all together. Probably even Nick Cage as Ghost Rider. You know what I mean? Like it might get that crazy for Secret Wars, and I think it's going to just be a movie based on all those guys that are trying to help or find, or they're forming just so they can help our main MCU guys fight the big battle, which I think will be probably against like the Beyonder or something.
Okay. Oh, hey,
or even Doom. Who knows? Doom might be a major role in Secret Wars as well.
I guess some Doctor Doom. I'm down for some MCU Doctor Doom. Tarek, tell us why this is horrible.
I mean, I actually think this is a good plan.
Okay, all right. I take it back. All right, I apologize.
If this is the plan, I actually think it's the best route at this point is to do a Secret Wars. I think they should abandon Avengers. When I say abandoning Avengers, like abandon the idea of the team of Avengers and give us these Fantastic Fours and these X-Men and these individual heroes in addition to them. And I think Secret Wars is the best way to do that. I'm with Joey. Well, I don't know if that's you're advocating for that, but the idea of the Beyonder, I like that idea. I like the idea of like introducing the Beyonder or Doom or whoever you want to introduce because you've done all this cosmic stuff. So let's go. Let's go with the cosmic stuff. We just touched on it. Let's go. And I think they need I don't want to say they need a reboot, but I think they need a, everything has been all about the snap and people disappeared and, how that affected everyone. And I think it's been long enough now where we got to move past that. So
we got to course correct.
You got to course correct, right? I don't think Kang, in and of it himself as a character, is a big enough threat for the entire universe. To introduce X-Men fighting Kang. I don't see that. But introduce these smaller stories in these individual worlds where they have their own individual problems. So introduce Secret Wars. It allows you to split off again and then come back again in the end. So you start with Secret Wars and then you split everybody off. It's okay, here's the X-Men's issues and here are Fantastic Four's issues and here are the Black Panthers and the Wakandas and these are their issues.
I like it. Yeah.
What Falcon is dealing with, and then bringing it back together again. And we're talking like 7-8 years down the line. I think it's the best route without saying we're going to start everything over.
And that's a lot of storytelling in 7 to 8 years. I'll tell you that. I hope I'm here for it.
Me, same here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. I'm cool with all that. Anything Secret Wars, and I think they're just gonna have fun with it. Well, a lot of old bringing back some of the old mythology and like the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider and things like that, and show that it's all canon, or at least another universe canon, or another multiverse. And I think they're gonna have fun with that idea with the Fox X-Men, and I'm here for it all. I think it's gonna be interesting. I just hope that the main story is compelling enough to definitely that the human touch to it too, that brings everyone to the yard, like for lack of better words, you know what I mean? And I hope it does well commercially, and people are interested, because right now I think that's the biggest problem, is that the storytelling is a little bit awkward. There you go. And that's why we're getting a lot of this mid product, you know what I mean? Yeah. So good luck to Marvel Nat. We're always fans of Marvel, and we hope that they come up with something compelling for us in the future. And we're super excited for Secret Wars, man. It was one of my favorite books when I was a kid. So there you go.
And we're what, a month away from the Marvels.
Yeah. Such the Marvels. I did see like another preview of. I don't know, man. I have a feeling this movie is not that great. But
it's the shortest MCU movie ever.
Gosh.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the shortest one, which is crazy to think about it. I would have thought like Ant-Man or something, but this is the shortest one.
Well, I hope it does well, and I'll be disappointed if it at least isn't okay. At least, so I accept that.
Yeah, I'm definitely
from this one.
I'm not rooting against it.
Right.
I'm not rooting against it, but if you ask me if I'm excited, I'm more excited about Loki.
No, definitely, yeah.
Than the Marvels.
Yeah.
And I'm probably more excited about What If.
Okay, yeah.
Than the Marvels.
What If? Interesting. But we'll see what they do with that. I think that What If might be a surprise. Might be a pleasant surprise, because the first What If was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's move on. The last thing Joey want to talk about before he heads out, he's got to move on. There is a spinoff of The Boys. It's called Gen V. Yeah, it's on Amazon right now, streaming. And I haven't watched it at all. So
really,
if you guys have watched it, by all means, spoil it for me, because I'll watch it eventually. I just haven't got around to it.
I won't spoil it too much. It's a solid story, especially if you're a fan of the Boys series. I mean, Tarek, have you watched it yet?
I have.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, it's cool. It's just like, it's The Boys, but in college. And it's just like, teenage adolescents, with powers running around doing douchey stuff. Excuse my language. Doing douchey stuff. So yeah, no, it's a really fun show. What's cool to watch, and I think in true boys fashion too. Um, it started off pretty like right out the gate. It's like whoa, like eye popping stuff right out the gate. Like oh, that's how we're rolling. So it catches your attention pretty quick. There are some times where the story just kind of drags a little bit, and it takes forever to kind of get to like what their main like objective is. They're trying to really crack down on. It's no different from what Bot is doing with the Seven. So imagine if Vought, well, not imagine, but Vought pretty much has their own shady stuff going on at the university, and the kids pick up on it pretty quickly. So yeah, it's a really cool show. More like it might be a little bit less fast paced. It's just a tad bit slower than the boys series. Just because I think it feels like more of a Scooby Doo mystery, just more violent and raunchy.
Okay, all right. Tarek, tell me, should I?
Yeah, it's like a it's like a raunchy Beverly Hills 90210 with superpowers. Right. No, I like Genevieve. Like, first of all, kudos to Amazon for dropping 3 episodes.
Yeah, that was dope. Very dope.
Okay. Good for them. That gave me.
So it's going to be an episode every week going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yes,
they just hooked everybody.
I think the problem was you got a bunch of new actors in there. Actually, what Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver's son is in the show. He plays Golden Boy, and I just think you got a fresh new cast, and I think the cast is pretty good, man. Like I think the guy who I forgot who he plays. He's the dude from Save the Last Dance's son in the show. He's actually that actor. Like his character is really cool. I'll find his name in a second, but yeah, I liked him.
He's the son of the hero Polarity.
Polarity, yes. He's Andre. He plays. His name is Chance Perdomo, and he plays Andre Anderson. His son. So I really like him on the show. He's like one of my favorite characters. The Maria girl's not bad either. For the most part, these young casts is, they're doing their thing. It's just like I said, it's just a tad bit slower than the boys.
Yeah. It's it's weird. It's not exactly like the boys, but they do things that's very similar to, which I happen to not like. I'm like, oh, I don't need the raunchiness. I need something else.
Okay, cool. So, shout out to Qatar. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Mikey Sutton, forever, my friend. I think I'm gonna check it out. I just
you should
ahead of it right now, like Ahsoka. So I think that's it for everything I want to talk about with you, Joey. Unless something else I'm forgetting.
No, I'm pretty much all set, man. I'm glad we touched on those things. Yeah, definitely check it out when you get a chance. Gen V's dope. Hype for Loki, and I don't know how I feel yet about the Marvels, but obviously I'm gonna go see it regardless. So
there you go. Of course. Hey, man, go check out the creator, man. Tell me what you feel about it.
Will do. And me and Tara got to link up about the Exorcist also. I actually went to Halloween Horror Nights and went into the haunted house for this movie.
Really?
Before, I didn't see any. All I've seen is the commercial for this, the trailer for it. So, if the movie's anything like a lot of the stuff I saw in the haunted house, it's gonna be pretty wild.
All right.
So,
let everyone know how they can follow you, sir.
You can follow me on Franchise on Film. That's where I talk everything like what we talk about. Clips from this show pop up. So tap in with that. Also, at Joey Franchise, my personal page. Tap in.
All right, my friend. You have a good one, man. Enjoy your time off, and I'll see you tomorrow at work at the grind.
I'll see you at the grind.
I will see you at the leisure activity.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right,
Peace.
all right. Yes, Tarek. We get to talk about our favorite subject now, Star Wars. Yes.
Star Wheezy.
Yeah. Ahsoka. A lot of content. Ahsoka. We got 7 episodes down packed. We got
Yeah.
Well, first, I don't even think have you commented about the show in general on the show on here yet? Because you've been gone.
I have, but I missed the past 3 shows,
Oh
so I
God.
have not been able to
Damn.
comment. Yeah.
So, like, will I ruin it for you if I talk to you about stuff?
No, I've seen everything now.
Oh, you're caught up. Okay.
I'm caught up.
So you Anakin Skywalkered up. You're ready to go.
I'm there, man. Lightsaber,
Yeah.
Return from Death and whales.
Hey, baby, that's that rebel stuff. You don't know about that. You gotta watch that cartoon, son.
I gotta watch. Now I want to watch Rebels. I got Ezra Bridger in there.
Interesting. That's an interesting remark you said, because the other thing I hear is like, I didn't watch Rebels, so I don't understand what the hell is going on. But like, the show has influenced you to check out a little bit of Rebels now.
Yeah.
The reverse of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I don't think I'm lost. Like, I know that Ezra Bridger was on Rebels.
Yeah, so I feel like there's like outrage that I gotta go watch some other show, cartoon show, kiddie show to catch up on this stuff. I want to get into Ahsoka. Well, maybe, yeah, a little bit. My wife watched the cartoon.
But I'm saying, if you're watching Ahsoka, then you know who Ahsoka is. So it means you had to have watched something of the Clone Wars or Rebels, and she's really more so featured in Clone Wars.
That's right.
Clone Wars is about her, Anakin having a Padawan and a trainee.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And she appears in Rebels,
Yes.
But the other characters, Sabine and all that, like they tell you who those people are. So I don't know the history of Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn and what happened at the end. I don't really know that. I know about Thrawn because I'm a Star Wars fan and from the novels, but I don't really know like what happened. But they give me enough where it's like, okay, well, maybe I should go back and check, but I don't feel lost.
Okay, so you don't feel lost personally?
No. Okay,
cool. Because a lot of people feel like they're missing out, and there's like this weird outrage about it. But everyone loves the Anakin episode and the World Between Worlds episode. We get some Anakin coming to Ahsoka and finishing his training for Ahsoka, well, lack of better words. So kind of like an afterworld, World Between Worlds confrontation that they have, going back and forth, looking at things in the past and talking about what's holding her back, right? She kind of has this she feels guilty for being Anakin's Padawan, kind of, or Anakin that turns into Darth Vader. That's what I feel like, or at least what I got from, seems like that's the bricks that she's carrying.
Yeah, a key moment to me was when they're dueling kind of back and forth, and then his eyes go red, and he becomes the dark side Anakin.
Right. So he comes out Darth Vader style, or at least the Darth Vader the Darth Vader that didn't get burned on Mustafar. Have by Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got to see a preview, a little hint of that.
The one who was killing those little human iguanas. That Darth Vader, that guy.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very, very cool moment, and a lot of the Star Wars sweaties are up there with the Star Trek sweaties. It's heavy.
They are. They're tough. They're mean.
So there's a lot of talk about what does he know? What does that version of Anakin know? So this whole
is that even Anakin, or is that one of the Mortis gods? Or have you seen Clone Wars a little, right? So they're like, oh, that's not Anakin. That's one of the Mortis gods, the dark side Mortis god, or now he's the father now. And I'm like, how about it's just freaking Anakin?
It's just Anakin.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't say he was anybody else. He didn't seem like he knew what he knew when he was Anakin, and he didn't know what he didn't know was Anakin. Remember when he went to that one scene, the Siege of Mandalore? He was like, "Oh, I don't remember this." And she was like, "Oh, you weren't here for this one." He was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. How about she's just drowning and hallucinating?
Yeah, there you go, man.
What about that theory?
Yeah, maybe. I like that theory. Oh, I like how it's open ended. It could be that to you, or it could be more profound than the Force and all that stuff. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But she definitely changes back into the happy go lucky Ahsoka that we're used to on the Clone Wars and stuff like that. Because in the beginning, she was like this moody Ahsoka, and I was just like, okay, are they trying to be serious, and keep it a little dark,
Yeah. And she comes back and she's like a lot more willing to train. It looks like she's more willing to train Sabine.
Yeah, she's like, Sabine betrayed me. It's all right. We'll just go take a trip on this whale and go find her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's much of, or to be. And now I'm going to be a sweaty. She's much more about the living force, which is what Qui-Gon was about.
Yeah.
And kind of like, okay, just let things be. Like, you don't have to, like, it's not about like fighting and enforcing your will on things. Just let things be. Like, we'll try this and we'll see what happens.
In the War Between Worlds, Anakin pushed her to the edge. She had that little flare, that dark side flash in her eyes, in that little confrontation. He pushed her to the edge. That was interesting.
Yeah.
But and it was a simple thing: live or die. Right? It was out. Literally, she was drowning in some water. She got to decide if she wants to live or she wants to die. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I like the latest episode. I like the introduction of Grand Admiral Thrawn. It seems like we got so much stuff. We got the zombie or the night troopers, the zombie troopers. They look kind of cool. The Enoch trooper characters, the second in command with the gold mask. We got a lot of cool things. We got the Ewok-esque turtle people. Ezra Bridger. They're kind of like Ewoks, but with turtle shells, right?
No, they look like turtles completely. They don't look nothing like Ewoks. I don't know what
they act like Ewoks so far. Like they're like the cute characters of this series. You know what I mean?
I would hate for you to go to some tribal land in South America. You guys are like Ewoks. That's proud history here.
Wait, that's one thing. I don't know that. Did you like Ezra Bridger's kind of like the Force is my ally kind of thing? Like, I don't need the lightsaber. It's okay. You keep it.
I thought that was trash. I did not like that.
The Force Kung Fu.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that he's using the Force in that method. And again, I may have to go back and watch Rebels. But from what I understand, he was training really hard to be like a little bit of a Jedi. And it's, one of the issues with the Star Wars sequels, I guess you want to call them, is Luke didn't really do lightsaber fighting. And now they got Ezra kind of doing the same thing. Like, oh, I don't care about that stuff anymore. I just use the Force. Like, I want to see you. I want to see you lightsaber fight.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people who heard about the rumor that Ezra Bridger was going to be doing like a Force Kung Fu, and they were like, oh, he's going to be like a Goku, Kamehameha and stormtroopers left and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like the episode finally came out and people were like, it was lame. He was just he stopped the lightsaber here and pushed some people over there. It wasn't what we thought it was gonna be. That's Star Wars people. Star Wars fans got these high expectations, boy.
They're serious. Yeah. But we watch Star Wars for lightsaber duels. I'm sorry, like we do. We watch it for lightsaber. I want to see the lightsaber come out at some point.
Fair enough.
I suppose Rogue One, which is a highly rated Star Wars film, we didn't see a bunch of lightsabers in there. But when it came out, when Darth Vader was presenting a lightsaber, it was a big deal. That was like a major scene, and they had other like people using sticks and other stuff. We want to see lightsaber duels.
Right.
So to introduce Ezra, and he's not using a lightsaber, maybe they're saving it for his last episode. Who knows?
That's right. Let's see. I think he's gonna be with the Force Kung Fu. I think that's gonna be a thing.
Like the whole time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, don't get your hopes up. Okay. Um, but I do like a Grand Admiral Thrawn. I like it seems like I like the like what the Night Sister lady, the one that was from the Mandalorian that was captured, and when she's having a conversation with Grand Admiral Thrawn, she was like, "If you're letting them get, like, what do you mean you're letting them get away?" Or I forget what the actual quote was, but he was like, "Let me show you what I see." You know what I mean? And then he broke it. Look, we had enough time. We were able to load up the the ship with these bodies, which we don't know what are the heck are those stormtroopers loading up there? Are they
I
like
don't know.
undead sisters? That's what some people are talking about.
I don't know, and I don't know if they're like different weapons. I mean, like because of the time, I kept reading up on Grand Admiral Thrawn and where he's from and his people and where he came from, but I don't know if that is even canon anymore. What I was reading.
No,
So
they're changing all that.
yeah. So, but I will say they're doing a great job of building him up as a villain, because typically villains have powers or abilities or are like Mandalorians, and and this is the first time it's like he's just great as a strategist and a leader.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him so frightening.
Right.
Like he doesn't have. We're not worried about him hand to hand. We're just worried about what he plans. It's like having an evil Batman.
Yeah. There's an
It was like,
episode though.
that guy's half Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. Episode in Rebels, should I say, where he does a little practicing hand to hand. He's got a little, he's got a little skill.
Okay.
He got some hands, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here for all. I like the night troopers. What do you think? Zombies, undead, or they're just like healed? They're kind of trash. They got the butt kicked out of them by the last episode, like normal stormtroopers. You know what I mean?
They did.
I was like hoping like they'd come up with some cool thing, and the guys would be like, "Oh wait, these are normal stormtroopers." You know what I mean?
I think they did that to show that Ahsoka's that good.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I think they're doing that for that. I think they're original clones.
Yeah. Well, oh, you think so?
That's what I think. I think they're original clone troopers.
Interesting take. Let's see what happens. The big takeaway from the show is Baylan Skoll and Shin, right? These dark Jedi, and rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. Well, he does a great job. He has just a commanding presence when he's there. Like you could tell, like this was like his dream acting job. He's like, "Oh, be a Jedi? Yeah, sure."
Yeah,
great.
He's absolutely killing it as that character.
Yeah, man.
And there's a statement he makes. He was like, "Everyone knows who Anakin Skywalker was," and it's like it's kind of building that what the Jedi were thing, very well, to me at least. I'm like, man, they're really building that up, and that's dope. So he's been one of the highlights. Him, Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson's portrayal of Ahsoka is great.
She's killing it.
But the droid, the Jedi droid is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, he's fun. He's definitely fun. It's very interesting, and I think it's interesting is he's been around. He has a lot of background. He knows he trained Jedi. He helped train Jedi.
Yeah.
He helped build lightsabers and all that stuff. It's very interesting that droid character. That's very interesting. I think. What do you think is calling Baylan on that planet? A lot of people are thinking that it might be just Emperor Palpatine's spirit calling him, which would kind of suck.
I don't think it's that.
Palpatine returned again.
I think Filoni knows that people didn't want that.
Yeah, I sure hope not. So the other people have been talking about something about possible from the extended universe that's not canon anymore. Another dark creature that might be calling him or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's possible. I don't know. It could be a Force ghost. I think we'll go a little bit more into his history. He tells his apprentice that like Oh, you have ambition. I don't have that ambition. Like, we're gonna go different ways.
Yeah, well, like from like really fast. Like he was like, oh, the one episode, like you were trained to be different. To like,
Mhm.
oh, you got ambition. Go do your thing. I'm getting
Yeah.
called somewhere else. Like, okay, but I thought that was kind of weird. Like one episode, he was like, no, you were trained to be completely different, and like proud of her, and then like, oh no, you go ahead, do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's his path, his character is very interesting because I think one of the big moments for me is when they say do you miss the Jedi? And he's kind of like, I miss what it stood for, or I forget the exact phrasing he used. But it's
the idea.
I miss the idea. Yeah, I miss the idea.
Not the truth, not the weakness, something like that. He said. I think I might have misquoted it, but something like that.
Yeah.
But
so I think that's
definitely super compelling characters, Shin and Balin, and I just want to see more of it. I'm down for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sabine's interesting.
Sabine's. I don't know.
I like her fighting style. I like she does the Mandalorian stuff and the lightsaber. Like, to me, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Don't be a hater, Speedy. Don't be hating on Sabine.
I do. I like the shows in the whole as a whole, and I'm looking forward to the season finale. I hope it sticks the ending. Nice cliffhanger for the future of whatever it is Dave Filoni wants to work on. So there you go. I'm excited for tomorrow. We get Loki. We get Ahsoka finale. I've been checking out. I just watched the first episode, and I had to stop after the first episode because I had to move on to more stuff. But I watched you watched the Castlevania animated show, right, on Netflix?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So there's another spin-off show later on in the future of mankind and the 1700s, the revolutionary times, and this shows Castlevania Nocturne, and is of course the continuation of the generations of the previous show. Okay. And man, that first episode was really intense, man. Really, really good stuff. More if you like Castlevania, I'll tell you, you're really gonna like this one. So definitely check it out, man.
Listen, I ended up binging that whole entire thing.
Yeah.
And I think it only goes 7 episodes.
Well, it's actually like 4 seasons. Not this season. You mean the Nocturno?
Yeah, Castlevania Nocturne is different than the other Castlevania seasons.
That's right. It is. This is later on in the future of the history of mankind. Yeah.
And I was like, let's watch this, and I wasn't happy with the first episode.
Oh,
because because of Castlevania Nocturne, because it skipped so far ahead.
Oh, you wanted a continuation.
Like, I want to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see,
Yeah. I thought it might be the son of the protagonist or the daughter of the protagonist, maybe their journey. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it was like, it took a really big jump in the future.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
they went generation.
I thought it was going to be the immediate next generation, or maybe 2 generations at least, But it was like, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of years in the future. Wow.
But I won't spoil it for you, but it ends on a great cliffhanger.
Really?
For the second half of the season.
I'm gonna watch it. It's on my list to watch first before I watch Gen V, definitely. All right. So
before you watch what?
Before I watch Gen V, I'm gonna finish Castlevania Nocturne.
Yeah. You better catch one. Like when you come here next week, you better have watched Gen V too.
All right.
I feel like we're gonna have to talk about Gen V heavy.
All right. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. Unless I'm forgetting something, Tarek, you want to talk about anything else?
No, I mean, there's a lot of animated stuff I'm looking forward to. Attack on Titan, hopefully in the next few months.
I just wanted to finish the rest. That's all I want.
Yeah, and then Invincible hopefully will be coming back in 2024.
It's gonna be lit.
I gotta watch One Piece live action, which I haven't watched yet.
It's good. It's pretty good.
And I don't watch the anime, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But people seem to be really hyped about One Piece, the live action and the animated, and Bleach is blowing up right now. It's their most recent season. So
I'm trying to finish.
There's some things out there
before I get into Bleach. I'm trying to finish Baki before I get into Bleach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard complaints about Baki. I haven't watched Baki
Yeah,
either.
Baki's a little far-fetched. Definitely very far-fetched.
Yeah. It looks like one of those old. Remember the old arcade games? Like in 1992, you go to arcade and be like a fighting game.
Yeah.
It'd be like Karate Fighter, and that's what Baki looks like.
Yeah, a little bit. Bleach.
So
Definitely down for Bleach. I kind of want to finish Baki. That way, I just get that, put that on the shelf, and then I get into Bleach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with the whole show, man. I really appreciate it. Of course, everyone who's watching this or listening to the podcast, we're still trying to help the family of Mikey Sutton and their devastating loss. That GoFundMe link is in the description of this podcast or video, or you're watching us on the after we're done being live. The link's right there. If you can find it in your heart to donate even $1, that would be awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Tarek, my friend, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and also on YouTube.
All right, and of course, you can follow me. Come to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna try and do more exciting things on the YouTube channel, Speedy's Multiverse. Okay, that's youtube.com/Speedy's Multiverse, and give a subscribe here, and you'll get a notification when we go live to do the Geek Culture Congress podcast, and you can be part of the show by putting a comment in and talking with us about everything that you are excited about everything nerd and geek and whatever you're watching as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the live show. We really appreciate you. You can also follow, if you feel so inclined, if you want to follow my DJ life at DJ Speedy JR on all the socials as well. Thank you so much. Follow the show on Instagram at Geek Culture Congress on Instagram. And of course, you're listening to the audio version of this podcast. Thank you so much for getting and supporting our podcast platform on audio, almost reaching 1,000 episodes downloaded day each and every episode. We're so super excited, and we want to thank you so much for your support. And we hope we continue to earn your loyalty and your listening loyalty to us. If you're checking this out on the podcast Radio US, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the show. We really appreciate you. And you can always shoot us a line at Geek Congress 101 at gmail.com. That's Geek Congress 101 at gmail.com. Shoot us a line there and we'll reply to you, or we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about right here on the show. Next episode. Okay. Tarek, my friend. Anything else you got going on? Nothing?
No. It's getting to that slow period. So I got some shows coming up in November, and I'll let you know when those are popping. It'll be busy in November.
I'm down for a comedy show. You gotta let me know.
Okay, I certainly will.
All right, man. Have a good one, man. Be safe. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. Take care of each other. Have a good night. Peace.